The disrespect continues. The disrespect continues. And if they're not careful, dump divers in the WNBA, along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, if they are not careful, they are going to end up getting exactly what they want.
You heard properly. The WNBA will achieve its goals. You may also ask yourself, what are their desires? More viewers are what they desire. How? By eliminating the Indiana fever. Indeed, the biggest is the Indiana fever. Threat. The WNBA claims Caitlin Clark, in particular, is dominating the league. However, she wasn't meant to be the WNBA poster girl. How will they resolve it, then? By growing the league. And you know what? The new teams will have the opportunity to select one member on every roster. In this manner, the WNBA ensures that they can gradually eliminate the fever is turning into a massive machine that causes them to lose one or more players annually.
Now, Caitlin Clark is playing it cool. She's trying to please everyone. She's trying to keep her fan base happy. She's trying to ingratiate herself with a group of minimum wage earners that will never accept her. She is staying polite with the media, even though they constantly disrespect her. But there will come a point with Caitlin Clark when she has finally had enough.
I can hear you speculating about what might occur at that point. Clark will simply quit the WNBA if they are that intent on stopping her, and relocate to Europe. For example, she could easily make 10 times as much as she does now. Only the W isn't realizing that she is helping the WNBA by remaining in the United States.
The WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
Let's now explore what will occur during the off-season.
This is all orchestrated, what they're doing. None of this is on accident. It is absolutely every bit of it is orchestrated. And it goes beyond trying to destroy Caitlin Clark.
The 2024 season of the Indiana Fever is over, but it was, to put it mildly, thrilling, changing from being among the worst. The WNBA's first-round selection was crucial to the team's success in the playoffs last season. Caitlin, after an amazing collegiate career, Clark arrived with great anticipation, and she fulfilled her promise. She stood out from the other rookies in her first WNBA season and won Rookie of the Year. However, she wasn't working alone. Several players contributed to the Fever. Mitchell Kelsey especially made a great backcourt mate for Clark. The boards were under Aaliyah Boston's authority, and was very noticeable in the paint. Nalissa Smith, the starter, scored in double figures every game on average. Maybe Smith is leaving despite her best efforts. Is it possible that more players are departing the W?
During her exit interview, Storm player Gabby Williams warned the WNBA, if you want to keep international players, you need to do better. So here's what she had to say.
The W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization. You know, our commissioner talked about us being able to, you know, make 700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that. And we were promised, you know, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money, whatever, and then the, you know, teams are mad that I don't come back, but that's how it is. So yes, it just, the WNBA, you know, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business, it's how it works, and that's all that I mean.
Since that interview, less than a week later, Gabby is already in Istanbul, where she will be playing for the off-season. And from the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season.
There will come a point with Caitlin Clark where she gets tired of the bullshit, tired of the disrespect.
It's not out of the norm for WNBA players to play during the regular season and then during their off-season play overseas. This is something that has been happening for like the entirety of the WNBA. It even went as far as to 1 year in 2015, Diana Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA. And it was never outright stated that she didn't play in the WNBA because Russia basically basically put that in their contract that if she went there, she couldn't play. But that was pretty much what everybody thought happened because Russia paid Diana Taurasi at that time $1.5 million salary to play in Russia. Now, at the time in the WNBA, the salary, like the highest salary in the league, was $107,000. So obviously that's a huge jump. Diana took that offer. She played overseas. And at that time, she was also like hands down the face of the league. The WNBA was not as popular as it is now, but that was an opportunity that Diana took. And I feel like with the growing popularity of the WNBA and with players able to, you know, make money off brand deals and this and that and their celebrity rising, there could be a world where more of these private owned EuroLeague teams, I could see some of these teams going after some of our star players in the WNBA. And if the money makes sense, if the business aspect makes sense, we could lose more players to playing overseas, like Gabby kind of alluded to here.
However, after months of anticipation, the Fever and the WNBA should be concerned about more than just players leaving overseas. The Golden State Valkyries expansion draft's rules have been formally revealed by the WNBA. On December 6th, at an undetermined hour, the expansion draft will take place. Golden State will be permitted to choose one unrestricted free agent and one player from each team. Teams are able to prevent 6 of their 12 players from being selected in the proposal for expansion. Listings of teams' rosters go back to the end of the 2024 season. Consequently, protection is available to every player on an active team, even unrestricted free agents. In certain circumstances, clubs should protect their UFAs. This summer, every team has a core available, and a player could be cored for the first 2 years of their career. It is comparable to an NFL franchise tag. It makes sense for the Fever to protect Kelsey Mitchell. In exchange for a supermax, she can be cored as a UFA, giving Indiana exclusive bargaining rights. Deal teams must submit protected player lists around 10 days before to the expansion draft. The protected lists won't be made public by the league, rather, it will reveal who was chosen. In the proposed expansion, only 6 players from the Valkyries expansion team can be protected by the Indiana Fever. At the end of the season, the WNBA will hold an expansion draft to enable the Golden State Valkyries, the league's newest team, to choose athletes who will aid in the start of their franchise. Only up to 6 players may be protected by current WNBA teams from being chosen. Smith wouldn't be one of the 6 if the supporters had their way. Smith is not included in many people's top 6. Despite having a great start and starting 37 of 40 regular season games, Smith lost head coach Christy Side's favor in the postseason. In the Fever's 2 playoff games against the Connecticut Sun, Smith played a mere 13 minutes. In 2025, Clark will probably play with a different starting forward, after the terms were formally established. These people, in my opinion, are the Fever's protection locks, on the fence, and most likely unprotected. Most likely, the Fever will give their first 3 guaranteed spots to their big 3, who enabled Indiana to make a comeback to the postseason this year. The Fever's top priority Mitchell needs to be retained this summer, and the first step in doing so is keeping her safe during the draft expansion. For 7 seasons, Mitchell has been the constant heartbeat of the Fever franchise, scoring the highest in all but 2 of them. In the backcourt, she and Caitlin Clark, a rookie for the Fever, click, and the Fever will wish to maintain their relationship. Clark broke the league record for assists in a single season, the rookie record for both points and 3-pointers made, and gave the Fever attack the quick tempo they required to be successful. A mainstay of the team, Clark was the Fever's top scorer this season, surpassing Mitchell by 2 points. Boston, the top pick in 2023, assisted the Fever in starting the process of rebuilding. They had a 13-27 season under her leadership, was crucial to their 20-20 season in 2024 and in 2023. Boston, the 2023 rookie of the Fever year, is a formidable post presence who excels in the short roll, is an expert rebounder, and blends in nicely with the Fevers. They started utilizing the up-tempo system this year. Some Indiana Fever players are also undecided about the WNBA proposal for expansion. This season, the Fever must select 3 of the 4 outstanding servants listed below. Since they have all been starters or important bench players throughout, each of these players has a strong case for protection. The time of year, however, the Fever front office might choose one alternative over another due to various factors. Lexi Hull. I think the most probable person on this list to be protected is Hull. She still has 1 season left. Rookie contract. She was benched at the start of the season, getting little minutes and even a few DNPs, but she excelled at the Olympic Take a break. In 15 games, she increased her three-point shooting percentage from 22% to nearly 50%, and she had great space. The floor for Indiana in the final moments. Smith, Nalissa, the Fever would normally shield her. But since the season has been dominated by unrelated events, including Smith's outspoken criticism of the lack of touches, she's claimed she didn't contribute as much as she had planned this season. I think it might be ideal for the two to part ways. The Fever, a former number 2 choice, would shield her while also expecting to gain from a trade, or they might keep her for the final year of her rookie contract in 2025. The 32-year-old forward Temi Fagbenle has been a vital member of the Fever, intercepting Clark's transitional cross-court passes. Nevertheless, 3 thumb injuries. She was only able to play in 22 regular season games due to foot and shoulder issues. Fagbenle has a great deal of promise. Is a quick forward with the ability to stretch the floor, but she needs to stay healthy. She is a free agent with restrictions. This implies that the Fever could match whatever offer she gets. Demiris Dantas, another injured forward, was placed on the suspended list for over half of the season because of a preseason knee injury. However, she battled her way into the rotation and gave the frontcourt much-needed depth. Her capacity to consistently make three-pointers give the Fever plenty of room on the court and an energy boost. She still has a year left on her agreement. I think it's quite likely that these 5 players won't be protected in the expansion draft, allowing the Valkyries to select them, but just because these athletes aren't protected doesn't mean they will all be chosen, since each side will only have one member chosen. Most of these in 2025, players will have the chance to rejoin the Fever. Samuelson, Katie Lou Samuelson rejoined the WNBA after taking a year off in August 2023 to give birth to her daughter. In the final interviews with the Fever, she said about going back to after giving delivery, the league was far more challenging than she had expected because of the physical demands and simultaneously managing a baby. Samuelson was in the starting lineup for the first 3 games of the season, but her performance declined during the season since she was unable to shoot from 3. Samuelson's contract expires in 1 year, and she is anticipated to make $180,000 in 2025 from the Fever. The number 7 choice in 2023, Grace Berger, had less playing time this season. Clark's addition as a point guard has made a big difference. Berger played garbage time most of the time. Since she didn't play a significant rotation role this season, she might use a change as a 2023 all-rookie guard of scenery in order to possibly get more playing time elsewhere. To Saxton, Victoria, even though they have been with the Fever for she hasn't been a regular rotation player for the past 2 years. Since being chosen in, she has primarily been a mop-up player. The 2023 third round, the last game of the regular season, was where she was most utilized this season. She scored 5 points in 5 minutes when the Fever rested their starters. Christy Wallace was the this bike was only possessed by Olympian the Fever, who won a bronze medal with Australia. She had a mixed year aside from that, going from starting 15 games for the Fever at the 3 to not playing by the end of the season when Hull took over her beginning position. Her rookie contract is up in 1 year. 10-year WNBA veteran Erica Wheeler is coming off a large 2-year contract that made her the highest-paid player in the league in 2023. Clark's arrival on the team. This Wheeler went from the starting lineup to the bench this year, but she was a valuable veteran who raised the spirits of Indiana. This summer, Wheeler is an unrestricted free agent. What do you hope to achieve? Alternatively put, who do you think the Valkyries will choose, and who will the Fever draw before the next season? Please share your opinions in the comments section below.